All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Happy Monday. Recession fears have disappeared. Is the bull market back on? And it just goes to show. So the market is actually doing decent today. The crypto market, the regular stock market, and just a couple weeks ago, things were crashing. Nvidia was at 90, 95 bucks. Bitcoin was at 50K. A lot of altcoins were bleeding out. Got to remember, altcoins have been bleeding out for the last 3 to 5 months. And it was looking pretty bad because people were saying we're going into recession. Now, it doesn't mean that we are out. The possibility of a recession is out of the picture. It just goes to show you can't follow what the media is talking about, right? And you need to be paying attention to the news because, one, we're going to be getting our first interest rate cut in September, and most likely we'll probably get another two either before the year ends or really early in the beginning of 2025. So you need to make sure that you have conviction in your investments, that you don't just listen to the media or you listen to what people on YouTube say and just take it as investment advice and go sell your position because people on the news are saying we're going into a recession. They've been saying we were going to go into recession. And again, it's not to say we're not going to go in recession, but this has been the narrative that we're going to go on a long recession. We're going to go on a big dip, and we have had dips before, like we've had in the previous weeks, but they're not really sustained that long. And again, I think if we do have a recession, it's going to be after the crypto bull run. It's going to be after the interest rate cuts because I think the Fed is going to do whatever it has to do to keep the market up. It's not going to, it's going to try its best to not let it crash. Not to say we're not going to have a crash because we have a lot of things for, within the U.S. that are not playing to our favor, like the enormous amount of student loan debt, enormous amount of credit card debt, enormous amounts of debt just altogether, right? Debt that we owe other countries. So it's doesn't look good if you look at like our balance sheet and things like that, and you look at our debt, it doesn't look good, but there's a lot of positive, optimistic things to look forward to when it comes to technology, AI being one of those subjects. So, I think AI is going to bring a lot of production. It is going to cut a lot of jobs in my opinion, but I think it's going to, also provide a lot of jobs, right? It'll get rid of some jobs in some areas, and then it's going to provide jobs in other areas, right? People are going to need to manage these AI bots. People are going to be needing to manage these AI software. So there's going to be a demand for people that know how to utilize software that involves AI. So yeah, I think it's optimistic and again in some areas, and then pessimistic in others. So it just depends on how all that plays out. But I think there's going to be a lot more production because of AI. I think we're going to solve a lot of things because of AI. So I think and a lot of it's going to have to do with the medical space. I think we're going to be able to solve a lot of diseases. We're going to be able to fix things a lot quicker with AI. So there's a lot of things to be optimistic about, and AI could be that thing that helps us produce a lot more and help us get rid of our debt. Who knows? Depending on how the government utilizes it. But yeah, I say all that to say a recession is something that people have been pushing for a while now. And, usually that happens when we get a sharp dip, right? People are not talking about when Nvidia was making all-time highs, they don't dare to talk about a recession, right? They wait for the split, a little crash, okay, people are vulnerable. Let me talk about a recession so I can have people sell their shares. I'm not saying, you know, some people are behind this, but that's typically what happens, right? They wait for those opportunities to push that media out and get people fearful. But yeah, so let's take a look at the markets. Let me share my screen. All right. So if we look at the market, the S&P is up, the Dow's down, Nasdaq is up, Russell's down, crude oil is up, and gold is up. If we look at some of the blue chip stocks, let's take a look at Nvidia. I was taking a look at Nvidia earlier. It did pretty well today. So it's up 4%, $4. It's sitting at 108 after hours. At close, it closed at 109. So it bounced back because remember it was at 100, around $100, below 100, like 98, 95. So yeah, Nvidia's bouncing back. And remember, Nvidia has earnings at the end of this month. So depending on how they report, and there's a couple AI conferences coming up as well. So, you know, I think Nvidia is going to finish strong this year. That's just my opinion. We could have little pullbacks here and there, but I think Nvidia is going to finish strong. Maybe around 150 is just my opinion. 150, maybe to 200. All right, let's take a look at Tesla, then we'll look at the crypto market. I like to take a look at the big blue chip stocks because it gives me an overall overview of where the market is going. These stocks hold a big piece in a lot of the index funds, and they kind of drive the market. Yeah, so Tesla's kind of consolidating here. What I was saying before is I think Tesla's going to break this $400 mark. I don't know when, but I just think Tesla's worth more than $630 billion, right? Microsoft obviously has been killing it for years. They're worth trillions, but I think the EV space is just going to be, you know, something that's going to be transformative. And Tesla's also, again, the robo-taxi stuff that they're working on, I think is going to be very influential. It's going to take up a lot of market share. And yeah, definitely something to look out for. All right, so let's take a look at the crypto market. All right, BTC is around 59. It broke around 60K today. I think, you know, we're consolidating pretty well. If we look at the chart, you know, definitely bounced back from that, you know, all the way from 50,000 back like a couple weeks ago, and we went all the way to 58,000. Today we touched 60. I think we went to 61 last night. Now it's like kind of bouncing back and forth. A lot of people are saying this is when alt season is going to come. You know, it's typically when Bitcoin's doing that sideways action, we get a little altcoin season. And I think we are due for one. So I wouldn't be surprised if certain narratives start going crazy, especially the AI narrative, deepen those sectors within the crypto space. And yeah, it's going to be very exciting if you are a crypto investor. So I would say watch out for that if you are invested in the crypto space. I think we are due for an altcoin season. And, you know, if you ever been part of one, you know in the past years that a lot of coins, if you're in the right sector, they go crazy. All right. That's pretty much it. So yeah, just to recap, you know, I don't think we may go in a recession, but I think if we do, it's probably going to be late 2025. You got to remember too, we are going into an election year. So the market, they always want to make the markets look good. I don't think we're going to have a crash. If you go back to all the years that we had an election, the market always does good right around that time. So the fact that we're going into an election in November just suggests that the market's going to do good, and just coincides with the rate cuts that we're going to get going into September, towards the end of the year, towards the beginning of the new year. So I don't think a recession is around the corner. I just think that's what the media wants to push out to the public. So don't have weak hands. Make sure you hold on to your positions, because I think we're gonna go and get into a real good bull market. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram, Mr. Financial Nutrition. Make sure you follow me on TikTok, Financial Nutrition. I post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. I did change the time slots that I do the live stream. So I do the live streams Monday, today, Wednesday, and then I'm going to do it Sunday. I was doing it Friday, but I feel like more people would I mean, I only get like a couple or two people that watch during the live stream, but after the live stream, it picks up. But I think, doing it on Sunday would, yield better results. So yeah, follow me on the Instagram, TikTok, and that's the new schedule for the live streams. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.